from Rio to Raleigh, Laurie Hernandez!
Welcome! How are you guys? Thanks for having me up here. All the way, by the way, before we start, I just have to say happy birthday to Charlotte, because
Happy birthday,
Charlotte.
Can we actually sing her happy birthday real quick?
I think we should.
Okay,
ready?
It's Charlotte's birthday. How old are we today, Charlotte?
15
years
old.
old. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Stand up, Charlotte. Stand up. Happy birthday, dear Charlotte. Happy birthday to you.
That was great.
Did you get your Instagram? Was that Instagram? Oh, good.
Good girl.
Okay,
Good
so
girl.
we're excited that you're all here today. Laurie was telling us backstage that she's actually been up since 3 a.m. this morning, but she's still here to say hello to everyone. Of course, you're an Olympic champion. You're on Dancing with the Stars. What has the last 7-8 months been like for you?
It's been a really, really big whirlwind. I mean, I've never done so much traveling in my life, but also being
successful at everything they do. Is there something to that?
I mean, I've never really thought about that. I know that me and my siblings are definitely very competitive with each other. So if we're playing a board game, it's like, you're not winning.
So
I'm
game night
winning.
is intense at your
Game
house?
night is extremely intense. Everyone needs to be kind to each other because, you know, if I win, I like jump all over, and if I lose, I'm such a slow loser.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Laurie, I'm with you. I am the youngest. I know you're the youngest as well, right?
I am.
It's like you're constantly fighting for attention. You want to be on the same level as your brothers and sisters. That's how it is. And Sarah mentioned that we met your mom. Where is Wanda? Is she out
Where's
here?
Wanda? She's here. There she is.
Wanda. What an amazing woman Wanda
We
is.
kind of look the same. I think it's really
Hi,
cool.
Wanda. You can take a picture of me. So Wanda, your mother, we have something I think in common. My mom is my best friend. She's my biggest motivator. Tell me about how your mom inspired you going through the years, becoming this amazing Olympic gymnast and Dancing with the Stars champion, and now all of this. How did she inspire you?
I think one of the biggest lessons that my mom has ever taught me was actually in 2012. I went to perform at like Elite Nationals, and it was like the biggest competition I could have done for my age at that time. And so I was so excited, biggest meet ever, and then I went and I fell like 4 or 5 times. And I was really disappointed, like really disappointed. And my mom looked at me and she goes, honey, but look at where you are. So many girls would love to compete here. And she said, let's celebrate, and she took me for ice cream, and that kind of taught me to be grateful for everything that I do, because, you know, even when you feel you're like you're at your lowest, someone would love to be where you are, so.
That's amazing. Before we talk about your book and, of course, Dancing with the Stars, by the way, how well did she represent America in Rio in the fall?
Thank you.
So amazing. Now we know Ryan Lochte has stories for days about his experience in Rio. I'm curious about, we're not going to get you on the news right now, Laurie, it's okay. I'm curious, obviously you're part of the, yeah, don't hyperventilate, it's going to be all right. Obviously you got to be a part of the Fab Five, the gymnastics team that's going to go down in history. Any, I guess, fun memories or stories that you could share from just hanging out with them and just, you know, your couple weeks in Rio?
Well, I mean, I have a lot of memories with them. I know one of them would be that we would go to the cafeteria and kind of like look at other countries and see what they're doing, and we just thought it was so interesting how their culture is completely different, and even like what they eat is different like than what we eat, obviously, but just the way that they do it. And we got to like trade pins, and so we would have little USA pins and we'd trade them for like Japanese pins or Brazilian pins. It was really cool.
You've been doing gymnastics since you were 5, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and so you're also known as the human emoji, and your mom was telling me that you told her once that you were looking to bring something new to gymnastics. Can you talk about that?
I guess I noticed that.
It's powerful. This is the human emoji right here.
I mean, I guess I just kind of noticed that every gymnast was like very focused and very serious, and I did notice that whenever I would go to warm up for a competition, I couldn't help but giggle because I was so excited. And most girls would like hold that in and just make sure that they're focused, which you have to be focused because if you're not focused, you'll get hurt, which has happened to me multiple times. But at the same time, it was like I couldn't help but just smile and giggle and like embrace the moment. And I was such a crowd pleaser. I love to perform in front of crowds and stuff. And so I think that's kind of why I wanted to change the game and just show like you can embrace the moments and be happy while focusing. And
Sure. And you mentioned you performed in front of huge crowds. Obviously, Rio was the biggest stage of your entire life. You've got millions of people watching you on their televisions. How do you stay focused and grounded in that moment when you know the entire world is watching you?
Well, something that I do to make sure that I don't get too nervous is like I'll look around me and try to take my mind off of what I'm about to do. And so like I'll look at the floor and I'll say like, okay, the floor is brown, it's made out of wood, the ceiling is white, this chair is, metallic, and I would look around and that really takes my mind off the routine I'm about to do because I was definitely an overthinker. But in Rio, it was like everywhere I looked, it said Rio 2016, and so I couldn't get my mind off of the Olympics. So I was definitely pacing a lot back and forth, but it was just lots of deep breaths and lots of talking to myself.
Before we get to the question and answer session with Laurie, another question I want to ask you, of course, Brian mentioned it a few minutes ago. She has a new book out. I Got This and Going and Beyond is fantastic. Check it out. That book, what can people expect once they pick it up and start reading it? What's some maybe cool insights that maybe they get to learn about you that they might not have known about before?
I think, the whole reason I really wrote the book was to show that it's not like I just got the Olympics handed down to me or like Dancing with the Stars. It's not like they were like, here, have this, I worked really, really hard to get there, and I kind of wanted to show them that, you can start from scratch and be able to build up to that.
Of course, there's so many young ladies out here so excited to meet you today backstage, and you're such a role model to them. For the young ladies that are out there right now, what's some advice that you could give them as if they want to be you, or maybe it's not, maybe their goal is to grow up and be something else? What can you say to them right now since they look up to you?
I think my advice to all of you guys would be find what makes you truly happy, and you'll be able to leave your mark in that area because you're passionate about it. But just understand that even though it makes you very, very happy, you are going to come across some kind of tough times, and being able to overcome those makes you a stronger athlete or a stronger person or stronger for whatever it is that you're doing.
You've overcome some personal adversity. Back in 2014, you tore a ligament and you were 14 years old. What
Bring
advice?
it up, Brian.
I'm sorry.
We're having such a nice moment.
Yeah, way to bring up the dark stuff.
I didn't mean to. I've got a hug for you. I'm sorry. So what can you tell these young, aspiring gymnasts about responding to adversity when there's sort of a wrench thrown in the gears while they're pushing for this big goal of theirs?
I guess I'm about to tell you something super cheesy. Just don't give up so easily. And I remember being in 2014, it's like January of 2014, was doing a skill on the balance beam and fractured my growth plate on my wrist. And it was like, finally, I came back, and then I went to do a skill, and I dislocated my knee and had to get surgery. And so I was out the whole year, and my parents were very quick to say, like, we support you whether you still want to do gymnastics, or if you don't want to do gymnastics, if you want to do it at a lower level, whatever it is, we support you. But just know that we do believe you can come back in time for the Olympics. And just seeing how much they believed in me, I realized, like, you know what, maybe I can still do this. And I did.
You did. You did well, too.
Thank you.
Laurie Hernandez, everyone. I know we have some microphones out in the audience right now. With the lights on us, I can't really see exactly where I'm looking right now, but do we have questions for Laurie right now?
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
What about the birthday girl?
Yeah.
We have
a
couple
microphone for her?
There
There
we
we
go.
go.
There's one microphone. There we go. Who
Right
has a
there in
question
the
in this
front row.
section?
Right
for
here in the
Laurie?
front row.
Right there. That's the birthday girl.
Yeah.
What inspired you to do your floor team for Rio?
Wow. Well, I think I purposely got that floor routine for the Olympics, and so I had to make sure that I did it routines beforehand, just so everyone around me was comfortable and familiar with the music and with the dance and all of that. But yeah, I mean, it really was tailored to the crowd of Rio. They really wanted it to be a crowd pleaser and for the crowd to clap and get into it and kind of hype up the whole audience. And I think it worked. It was so exhilarating to be dancing out there and hearing everybody clap to your music. I was like, let's go!
All right. Who's next? Let's see, maybe go back a couple rows, the girl in the purple. Tell us your name.
Brooke,
What's your
Brooke.
name? What's your question?
how did you feel when you won Dancing with the Stars?
I thought I was gonna cry, but I didn't, which was really cool. But I mean, I was actually in awe. We had some pretty amazing competition, and it was against me and James Hinchcliffe, and he was such an amazing dancer, and he had improved so much from day one. And so being able to compete with him, it was absolutely incredible. And he's such a good sport, you know. And so it was really scary because they waited so long to tell us who won. But then once they did, it was like, you know, it was a big relief. It was amazing.
Which accomplishment is bigger, the Dancing with the Stars or the Rio Olympics?
Both. Of course, both. I mean, they're very different. It's hard to kind of compare the two, but I feel so proud of both of them.
Yeah, well, they're huge. Let's see, who should we go to? Over here.
I think we're in the back. There we are.
What is your favorite and best event?
Ooh. I mean, my favorite event is floor because I like to dance. Coincidence, but and I think my best event is beam, just because I was able to make beam finals at the Olympics and medal in that, which I was a little surprised.
How about we'll go over here next? Okay.
Are you gonna make a comeback in 2020?
Come back in 2020.
Loaded question, Laurie.
It's a question of the day, Laurie.
We're on the edge of our seats.
I promise we didn't tell her to ask that.
But I was wondering.
I mean, I think so.
Yeah, there we go. That was great to hear.
I mean, I'm taking a little break right now just because this past year has been a little bit insane and a whirlwind, and I'm a little bit tired, and I'm still resting some of my bones and my muscles just because, I mean, as a gymnast, you don't get a break this long, and so I have to really embrace that. But, yeah.
I got a question real quick, though, to follow up on that. You're taking a break right now. Do you have any plans for prom season coming up?
Prom season, I homeschool.
You don't have a prom at all?
No.
Oh, no.
But that's why on Dancing with the Stars, my partner threw a prom dance for me because he knew I didn't have one.
That's awesome.
You had your prom for like 3 months on Dancing with the Stars, kind of, right?
That's true.
Technically, it was like 1 week, but yeah.
All right, in the back.
Hi, I love what you said about what your mom said to you at Nationals, because my daughter actually just qualified for Nationals in Michigan next weekend. Well, my question is, she has a massive rip that she can't get rid of. What can she do? Do you have any tips?
I think my mom is probably over here giggling because she understands that. I mean, I once had to switch into new grips for the first time, and I ripped from here down. And so that definitely was not enjoyable, but I think the best thing to do for it is keep it hydrated, just because, I mean, every gymnast wants their calluses to be hard, but if they're so hard but still soft and they start to crack, that's when they rip open again. And so you kind of want to just keep it hydrated, even though you might feel like it'll sting a little more, it'll heal quicker if it's hydrated.
Insider info.
Hope that helped. I had so many rips all the time. It was awful.
What's your favorite skill?
Ooh, favorite skill. Do you guys know what a double Arabian is? Yeah. It's a round off back handspring, and